Well, good morning, everyone. It is finally nice outside. We have had a few hot, miserable days. Yeah. Today, so far anyways, it's not as bad. There's a nice little breeze. I just have to deal with the noise from construction. They stopped. I hear a weed whacker somewhere over there. That's where you see. There's always something going on outside. But yeah, the construction, they're making a banging noise. So hopefully they're done. So if you're having a cup of coffee or tea, cheers. Here's a wonderful day. Best way to start the day. So I figured we would do a coffee chat and just talk about what happened with my dad. And it's been almost 2 weeks since he's passed away. Yeah, it's crazy that he's not with us anymore. Yeah, our world got turned upside down for sure. So he's been having health issues since, well, he's been having a couple. Okay, he had his teeth implants, the bottom done, though that started, I think, like at the end of last year, and would have, if he was still here, would have finished this month. But he had other plans. He had a ticket to heaven. But he's been having these other health issues, and they started back in May. And he was like, I don't even think he was done with appointments. I think he still had an appointment. This is our medical system, okay? It sucks. Yeah, like everywhere else, it sucks. Because he was going from appointment to appointment, but then you have to wait, and then you go to a doctor, you have to see a specific doctor, and you have to wait. It's a lot of waiting. And what he had was, of course, if you probably guessed it, when he was in a hospital, we kind of figured what he had. The doctors kind of figured what he had. They took x-ray. I think it was an x-ray or a CAT scan they took, and they saw on his liver he had spots. And I think there was maybe a mass. And yeah, there was just stuff that should not be there. So he had, let me see if I can say this word, because I got mixed up with other cancer. He did have cancer, which is probably what a lot of people assumed. Pancreatitis cancer. I couldn't say that first for some reason. I know it was just a hard word to say. And I got mixed up with prostate cancer, but yeah, it was the other one, pancreatic cancer, whatever. So that goes all over his pancreas too. So but yeah, it's you try it, and they say, oh, catch these things early, catch it early. Well, you know what? He probably, in a way, did catch it early, but with all the waiting for appointments and seeing doctors, meanwhile you're waiting and waiting and waiting, and the cancer is taking over, and it ticks me off. It's just, and I know we are short. There's always going to be a shortage in medical field. I get it, I know that, but still, it's just once again, cancer wins, right? Yeah, cancer sucks. So that's why he was in the hospital, because he lost strength and couldn't get up, and he didn't have any muscle mass, and it was hard for him to get around. He just turned 81 this past June. That was our last birthday celebration. We didn't know it at the time, though. I knew something was up, obviously, because you can tell, you get that feeling, and you just know. But yeah, that was our last family celebration all together. Did not know that. Didn't know that last Christmas was the last Christmas, and Easter was the last Easter. But you don't think like that. Oh, this could be the last one, last birthday. You just don't think like that until it happens, right? And it's oh, and this Thanksgiving and Christmas, yeah, I'm not really looking forward to it. No, it'll still be fun, and we'll still do what we usually do, but it's just, yeah, the first one's always hard. So yeah, So yeah, when he was in the hospital though, like he seemed chipper. They are really noisy over there. Like, finish up with stupid construction. It's so annoying. Yeah, so, but, you know, he was, yeah, pretty much bedbound because he couldn't get up. He couldn't get up and walk around. His stump, he only has one leg. He got hit by a drunk driver, I think when he was 19, before he met my mom, and had to get his leg, you know, amputated. But because he wasn't moving and walking around, his stump was swollen. And so, yeah, so he had a biopsy done, I think, and the last time I saw him was that Thursday, okay? And that was the day that he was in. I was sleeping. He was sleeping a lot. And I went with my mom, and so we just stayed. I think we stayed for about 20, maybe 30 minutes, and then, like I said, okay, goodbye, Dad. My last words. Goodbye, Dad. I love you. And he said, goodbye, sweetheart. And I will miss him calling me that because he was the only guy who was allowed to call me sweetheart. Because, you know, sometimes fathers have certain nicknames for their daughters, right? Whether it be sweetheart or hun. He would call me hun too, but the majority of the time it was sweetheart. And he was the only guy who could call me that. Like, the hubby and I'm not a person to call somebody nicknames like that, hun, sweetheart. I'm just not. I'm not. And neither is the hubby, you know, or babe. Babe is the one I probably hate the most. I don't like, you know, oh, babe. It's just me. You know, I think because I think of Babe the pig when I hear the word babe, you know, so that's why I really don't like it as a nickname, as a cutesy nickname for somebody. I just don't like that, you know, babe. It's like, okay. I know some people do, and that's fine, but for me, I don't. But we are not people that just, like, you know, because it just doesn't come natural, and I just don't like calling, like, you know, nicknames like that. I know. I just don't. I know, I can't be the only one. Yeah. And some people will do it to everybody they see, not just their significant other, but like everybody, right? Like, but I just, you know, I don't. No. No. So that's why it's like, you know, he was the only one to call me that, and I wish I had, but, you know, again, not knowing the future and what would happen like 2 days later. Yeah, and I wish I had like recorded it, you know, so I could have it on and hear it. But yeah, and then the Friday, you know, he was coming home. My mom had all set up, a hospital bed was delivered, and she had help throughout the day with nurses and other people too. Just to, you know, to help, which was great. And so yeah, everything was like that, was like set up kind of quick, like boom boom boom, they move on that, right? And but then he had a biopsy done before he came home, and my mom heard that when they get the biopsy done, they go downhill, and that's what happened. He went downhill. He got worse. He got a biopsy done. And you know what? We don't have the results. We never got the results back. He passed away before we could get the results back. Yeah, and the results take 10 days. Why? They have to send them out. 10 flippin' days. I'm like, okay, when I heard they had to send them out, I'm like, okay, so that, like, what, a day or two? Maybe 3 tops? No, 10 days. And that's probably like business days. I don't know if weekends are included, you know, it's just, you're kidding me, right? Okay, then this is a problem. This needs to be fixed, you know, no, like, you know, like, ugh. Okay, I'm hoping they go on their lunch break soon, because it is like around 11 o'clock. I had to like stop filming because the construction vehicle went by, and then they were hammering. I don't know what they're doing over there, but they're being loud and annoying. That's what they're doing. Hopefully they go on lunch break. But yeah, anyways, where was I? That's a good question. It's a very good question. Yeah, okay, yeah. So like, it takes like 10 days to get the results. And it's like, that needs to be fixed, you know, because cancer has a mind of its own, and it can move like a weed, you know, and just spread pretty much. Yeah. So yeah, they did a biopsy, and he came home Friday. And, you know, of course, this was not the outcome that we were expecting or wanting, because we were praying and standing firm in our faith, and that God, you know, wasn't done with him yet, because nothing, even stage 4 cancer, nothing is impossible when it comes to God. Okay, he has the last word. Yeah, and stage 4 cancer, like, what? He can take care of that, no problem, right? But, you know, I guess it's just his time to go. And, like, Saturday morning, I woke up, and by the way, this is a chit-chatty video. I'm talking in this video. It's a chit-chat video. And I woke up that morning, right, and I knew something was going on because the hubby was on the phone with my mom. I woke up, and then I look at my phone, and I don't get all like the notifications, right, if I have a comment on YouTube. I always have to go on the app to check, because I won't get like all the comment notifications, okay, or so commented. But I will once in a while get to the rude ones that come through, and then it's like, you know, it pops up on top of your phone, and you click on it, and it said too much talking. Well, they spelled talking wrong, first of all. They forgot to put the L, okay, between the A and the K. And let me tell you, it was very tempting to correct that, you know, say, first of all, this is how you spell talking, you know. Second of all, there's a such thing as, you know, you can skip a little bit, or you don't even have to watch. You can just scroll the heck on, you know. It's a video. I talk in all my videos. You don't like it, don't watch, you know. But anyways, they got blocked. They got blocked, you know. But can you imagine writing that on somebody, and they never commented before? This was their first comment, and they write that, and it's like, yeah, block. Like, give me a break. Like, especially if I haven't filmed for a while and I do like on neutrals, yeah, I can be a little bit chit chatty, you know. So what? I'm allowed to. You don't like it? I don't care. You know, like, oh, but yeah, so that morning, okay, something was going on, and I'm waking up, and a ruling goes to my mom's, and, you know, to see what's going on, and I'm like getting up because I know, okay, I'm gonna have to get ready, and I'm going to have to head out the door, you know, soon to head over there, but I have to, like, you get dressed, wake up a little bit, and then he calls me on the phone, and I already knew, like, you have that feeling in the pit of your stomach, you just know, and he said, yeah, he passed. So shortly after 9 a.m., August 2nd, he passed away. Yeah. And then I just broke down, of course, and then the boys broke down, you know, they started to, cry, and I comforted them, told them that, you know, he's with Jesus, he's in a much better place, he's pain-free, you know. Yeah, that was hard. So I got dressed, grabbed coffee to go, and head to my mom's. Just, you know, tears running down while I'm driving there. And I get there and hug her, cry. I think almost every person I hugged, I cried, you know, almost. And she was waiting for the nurse, because the nurse has to come and just double check, you know, that they have indeed passed away. So I guess like the night before he really suffered, he was really in pain. And there was somebody there with my mom. He wasn't a nurse. I guess I forget what they're called, but he was just below a nurse. They're allowed to give medication. But he was really nice. Everybody involved was really, really nice. And yeah, because he was like, you know, it was like, because he could see that he was suffering and it was making him sad. This guy and my mom put on a Christian song, and the guy could see my dad's spirit be lifted, like he could see a change, and he said he would never forget that. And my mom got to witness to him about Jesus, so just told him about Jesus' love, that, you know, he loves everybody, and whether he came to the Lord or not, you know, maybe, hope so. And yeah, he said he would never forget that, just seeing the difference in my dad when the Christian song was played. And then they had to, like, there was like a black box, I think, with like really strong medication, and he had to break it open, and they had to like give him medication. And I think shortly after, that's when he passed away. So, and then I got there and we were waiting for the nurse, and then one of my sisters came, and we just embraced each other on the couch. Yep. And then my mom's pastors came, and so it was good to see them. I know them. The whole family knows them. I went to high school with one of them, and really nice, really, you know, amazing couple. And yeah, when I hugged her, I cried. You know, it's like, yeah, I know, and because like I knew his death would hit me hard, because I had a close relationship with him, and yeah, it hit me like a ton of bricks. It really did. So they stayed for, what was it, probably like an hour, I think. And while they were there, the nurse came, and she, you know, checked for a pulse and all that, and did what she had to do. And they do everything. So she called, so we're not doing we're doing a celebration of life. We're not doing funeral, visitation, all that. I think those days are gone, you know, when you would have the person in the casket, and you would have like so many visitation days for like 2-3 hours, okay, whatever, you know, how much time, and then you would have the actual funeral on another day. Those days are gone, okay. And thank goodness. Yeah. It's just easier, you know. Cremation, plus cremation is a lot cheaper. Oh my gosh, yeah. Funeral, like with the, you know, funeral, it's like, wow, I'm in the wrong business, you know. Yeah. So, yeah. So just, you know, we're going to do a celebration of life, and he got cremated. But yeah, it's just easier to do that, you know, and it's just better, you know. It's just, yeah, because funeral homes they're pricey. They are, oof, yeah. So yeah, this nurse took care. She called the cremation company to have them come out for the body. So it was like, wow, they do everything. It was like, yeah, that's nice, because, you know, you're not in the right state of mind, you know, to do that, right? Like, no. And then, so that my mom's pastors left, and then I think shortly after, Rachel, my other sister, and my brother-in-law and nephew came over, and I didn't cry. I think I was out. Well, I was trying not to, because I had to, like, you know, like when you're in that situation, you know, and you are trying to distract yourself, you know, but like certain things will come across your mind, like memories, or, you know, oh, you're never going to hear his voice again, or something like that, and then that's, you know, start to get you going. And I had to like fight back tears, only because I knew if I started, I wouldn't stop, you know. It's like, no, I've done enough. When I go home, I will like go cry a river, and that's pretty much what I did, you know. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, everybody has a different grieving process, and this is when it sucks. Emotions, okay? Emotions suck. So yeah, so I think by then I was all like I hugged my other sister, but I didn't, you know, burst into tears or anything, because I was like, you know, I think I was good. But then like sitting there on the couch, you know, and it's like you're just trying not to think of certain things, okay, to set you off again. So yeah. And then the people from the cremation place showed up. They took the information that they needed, told my mom what she needed to have ready. And yeah, they were really nice. They were like dressed very professional, suit, very, you know, like serious, but that's the business. You know, it is a serious business. And they're really, really nice. And so we stepped out while they did that, and my brother-in-law and nephew left. My sister was getting a ride home with my other sister, so it was just me, my sisters, and my mom. And then they, you know, took my dad on a stretcher, and that was hard, you know. Oh yeah, I highly don't recommend it. Yeah. And then we went back in, and we haven't had anything to eat, and I think at this time it was like 1 o'clock, I want to say, and around there. So we got Burger King. They have a $5 meal. You get the Whopper Junior and a small drink and small fry, and that's all, you know, sometimes you need, and that was perfect. It filled you up. And then my aunt and uncle came when we finished up lunch, my mom's sister, and yeah, hugged them. And of course my mom's been on the phone telling everybody, you know, close friends, and my dad's sister, she lives in California, she is 8 years older. She won't be coming down for the funeral. And we figured she wouldn't, and we know it's like, you know, okay, we don't expect you to. First of all, you are 89, and you know, I don't think I would want to be flying at that age. But with everything going on, you know, I think it's best to play it safe. But she does have a dual citizenship, and she's had that for like years, and you know, but just to play safe, because, you know, it's just crazy what's going on right now. And yeah, definitely not entering, you know, crossing the border anytime soon, entering US. I'm getting a passport first, and that's crazy. But yeah, no plans of that, you know. It's a crazy, I think I did go on lunch. It's quiet, you know. It's just a crazy world. So but yeah, so yeah, I mean, that must be hard too, like being that far away and not to, you know, be close enough to come over, you know. But yeah, and then that was pretty much it. And my mom said, like, when it was just like us, and like my dad was in the, you know, he was still there on a hospital bed before they took him away. She said that, oh, this is like the funeral, you know, because like, you know, because like the body's there, and it's like, yeah. Like, I mean, that's what they used to do it before there were funeral homes, right? They would have, you know, the wake in the, you know, parlor. So yeah, they would, yeah. Oh, but yeah, it just, that's hard. It's like, you know, it's just, like, you feel like you are in a nightmare, and you just want to wake up, and you feel lost, and you feel like you are in a fog. You know, it's just, yeah, it's just a weird feeling. And it sucks, yeah. But honestly, I thought we had 10, at least 10 more years with him before we had to start to worry. Yeah. Yeah. But no, cancer robbed us of extra time. Yeah. But my mom even prayed, like when he did pass, she even prayed for him to come back to life because that could happen. That's right, you know. Yeah, Jesus can do that. And you know, she said, yeah, Jesus, he was probably next to Jesus, and Jesus was like, oh yeah, your wife is praying for you to come back. And but would you come back if you were like right next to Jesus? No. So yeah, so he's in heaven. He has a leg and he has his teeth, and he will look younger. And he is with my grandpa, my mom's dad, his mom, and my uncle, my mom's brother, and my mom's sister, Aunt Judy, who passed away. I think last November, I want to say. November, early December, somewhere on that time frame, and we had her celebration of life in the new year because we had to wait for my cousin to fly out because he's also in California. And that was in, I want to say February. It was winter. There was still some snow on the ground. Maybe it was like end of January, beginning of February, around that time frame. I'm trying to remember if the Christmas tree was up. I don't know. It might have been. If it was probably still January. Excuse me. So yeah, and I'm just like, and I remember thinking, I'm at the age where I'm gonna start losing loved ones, right? Like, I just didn't realize that the next one I will lose would be my dad. Like, thanks. I didn't realize the next funeral, or I don't know, the celebration of life, I would be my dad's. So yeah. So yeah, celebration of life is this weekend. Everything is taken care of. Like, my mom was gonna get like trays from like Sobeys or the new grocery store in town, Mercado, but people stepped in and, you know, volunteered to make stuff. So we have people that are like making sandwiches. I think people bring chips, dessert, which was my dad's favorite. You know, my dad always asked what's for dessert. Okay, as soon as he finished dinner, cleaned off his plate, that's what he would ask, what's for dessert, right away. So, and my mom made his favorite cookies, which were peanut butter, chocolate chip, peanut butter, yeah, cookies. Peanut butter, chocolate chip, that's a mouthful, cookies. And yeah, those were his favorite. He wasn't like a fan of peanut butter. Like, I posted on Instagram a picture of O. Henry bars. One of his favorite chocolate bars was O. Henry, and Three Musketeers. Three Musketeers is hard to find. When you find it, usually it's at Dollar Tree. I don't think I found it the last couple of trips I was there, because people from across the border, I don't know if they still do, but they used to, come across the border, come to a Dollar Tree and just like buy like a whole bunch of them, because I guess they don't get them over there. I guess not. So that's why they would be hard to find. Dollarama has had them sometimes, but not all the time. Dollarama has my Wonder Bar, which is great. Yeah, they didn't used to. Chocolate bars are cheaper at Dollarama. They've gone up at Dollar Tree. Oh my gosh, they want $1.25 for a regular size. I'm like, what the heck? And they want $2 for a king size. No, you know. But you go to Dollarama, and it's like, what is it, 92 or 96? I don't know. I always forget. I was getting mixed up. Maybe 96 cents for a chocolate bar regular size. You know, it's like, yeah. So yeah, I would always think about him when I would see O. Henry. He hasn't had an O. Henry for a long time, because I think they became hard for him to chew, and sometimes they wouldn't be as like fresh as they should. They'd be like really like stale, kind of hard to chew. So a Three Musketeer would be easier for him to chew on. So he would always like have like a Three Musketeer. So whenever I see those chocolate bars, you know, I'll think of him. I did grab one of each, yeah. And the peanut butter one, I grabbed a peanut butter. I grabbed the original and peanut butter one, and the peanut butter one I haven't had in a long time. I need to get that more often because that was really good. It was really good, yeah. I know, but I've been getting like my Wonder Bar. I know, I love Wonder Bar. It's peanut butter and it's so good. I think I like it more than a Reese's. I know, like I'm not going to turn down a Reese's. Like no way. But I think I do like it a little bit more than the Reese's. I mean, come on, Reese's have shrunk. You know, have you seen the Reese's cup? They have shrunk. Okay, where's the rest of my Reese's cup? Like, yeah. But Reese's does have yummy chocolate bars, and they have like, and it's just not your cups anymore. It's just like, yeah, it's like, whoa, they have a whole bunch. Yeah, but yeah, I decided to grab that just, you know, in memory of him, and God, the peanut butter one was really good. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. So yeah. I know Henry's not named after Henry. He's named after my dad because that was his middle name, Henry. Yeah. So yeah. So people just like stepped in. I'm gonna be making Rice Krispie squares. I have lots of Rice Krispies. I just need to get some marshmallows because I think I only have half a bag left in my cupboard, so I need a full bag, and probably some butter, and I'll make Rice Krispies. So yeah. At first I didn't know what to make, you know, because everybody was making like all the stuff, and it's like, you know, I don't know. Then I thought, oh, Rice Krispies, because my dad used to like those too. And you know, I mean, I could eat the whole pan myself, right? Like you just can't have one. No. So yeah, you know, it's looking good, and Mom's gonna have pictures. I had to look for 8 pictures of like me with my dad and the boys and the hubby, and I did find a couple of good ones, and that makes you sad too, looking back at pictures, you know, and then looking back on the wedding pictures, and yeah, it's just a whole bunch of emotions. Emotions suck, yeah. So, but yeah, I'm doing better. I have good days and bad days, good moments, bad moments, you know. I had to go to Dollarama again, I think after I went that one time for Henry's birthday treats, and I had to go again because I realized we didn't have any garbage bags. The hubby was using like the heavy duty garbage bags that I bought that are supposed to be for downstairs when we get to downstairs cleaning the basement, which I'm hoping to do so in the fall. But they got used for kitchen. I think I still have a box, and like I bought them just to have them on hand, so when we go to the basement I don't have to go to Dollarama to grab one. Well, probably will have to grab at least one more box. So I had to grab garbage bags and a couple other things. But like even like going to Dollarama, it's like, I don't know, it's just because your heart isn't 100% in it. You know, even when I was thrifting, you know, like I did have a good time, but it's just like, you know, you're just getting used to getting back to it, and it's just like, it's baby steps, you know, baby steps. Because at first it's like, yeah, you don't want to be there, you know, you want to be anywhere else but there. You want to be at home with the blanket over your head, you know, yeah. Yeah, doom scrolling on social media or something, or binge watching on Netflix, you know. So yeah, it's just, because at first, you know, I don't know, it's just, you're there and you're buying, and like usually like going to Dollarama, like I'm in a better mood, but all of a sudden it's like, you know, your mood is, I don't want to be here, you know, like, yeah. So grabbed what I needed, sponges and cleaning stuff, and that was pretty much it, I think. Yeah, I didn't really shop around and go down a whole lot of aisles, just the kitchen aisles. And the candy aisle, of course, to see if there's anything new. But, you know, like, I'm just a boomerang back at Dollarama in a revolving door. Yeah. And then it's like doing then this, neighbors cut the grass, doing the, editing the video for my thrifting video, the candid one before this. I didn't think I finished editing it, okay? For some reason, I thought I only halfway edited it, okay? And so I go through it, I'm finishing it, okay, save, and I realize, oh, I already did edit it, it. But I didn't remember. So that's grief, right? You just space out, and it's like, oh, I actually already did this, but I don't remember doing it. You know, like, I know, so I did it twice. Oh, I know. Yeah, your mind is just all over the place, yeah. But anyway, so that this celebration of life is this weekend. I'll talk more about it, maybe some memories in the next video, but this one was just, you know, explaining what happened, and the day our world got turned upside down and never the same again. No. 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 Oh, yeah. 2025 sucks. It really does. But, you know. Anyways, yeah, my coffee's almost done. I got one more sip. So I will see you guys in the next fun video. Oh yeah, when I went grocery shop, I didn't film last weekend, and that's just what I mean, because when you're grieving, it's just like, oh boy. I went into No Frills, okay, and with my buggy, I grabbed the lettuce, okay, because I think, was it on sale? No, I don't think it was. And I had lettuce, and then I'm going in my purse, I'm looking for my phone, because I always calculate how much I'm spending, so I keep track, so I don't go over budget, okay. And I've been doing that for like years, since we were married. And I'm like, where's my phone? Where's my phone? I'm freaking out. My phone is on my purse. I'm like, oh great, it's in my car. Okay, so put the head of lettuce back. Go out, find a cash register that's, you know, not being used, and I can, like, you know, zip on through. Okay, out the door and to the car, expecting to find it like in like the little, you know, compartment thing, right? Open the door. It's not there. I'm like, okay, well, I know I had it because I wasn't filming, because I was in my purse. And if I had it out, it would be like in a little compartment thing or on the seat. It wasn't there. And I'm like, did I leave it at Dollarama? Because this is when I went to Dollarama. I think I went to, how many times did I go to Dollarama? Was it, yeah, I don't know. Oh, I think I went 3 times. I did go 3 times in a row, because I needed paper plates for Henry's birthday cake. And I needed plastic forks, so I went back to Dollarama, and on Friday I went back again for garbage bags. So yeah, this is what I mean. Your mind, it's like all over the place. And so yeah, this is Friday, and I'm like, oh, did I leave it at Dollarama? I don't think I did. You know? So I go around, and I don't know how, but my phone was beside my car on the gravel. How? I don't know. I'm like, did I have it like on top of my purse? And I didn't realize it, and I went out, it fell, and it was like flip side, so screen on top of the gravel, but the screen wasn't cracked. I got lucky. And I know, not a scratch. And I'm like, okay, or was it like in my purse, but like I don't really zip up my purse and it fell out? I don't know. Somehow it landed on the cement next to my car. But I'm like, okay, I did find it, you know. Oh, I would have rather found it in the car, you know, but, and like nobody walked off with it, but thank goodness. And so I was like, okay, back into No Frills. So that was my day, my Friday, you know. So it's like, oh my gosh, like, just shoot me. Like, I don't know. I was like, oh, yeah, I kind of like having a panic attack and not having a memory. Like, it's just like you just forget, like you black out. You know, it's like I don't remember putting my phone there, or like I just don't know. I don't know. I have amnesia, I guess. That's what grief does to you, I guess. Like, yeah, you just like, what happened? I don't know. You know, so sad. Anyways, that's probably long enough. Neighbor's cutting his grass. I think the hubby cut our grass yesterday. Yeah. Okay, I'll see you guys next one video. Take care, be blessed, and yeah, that's it. I hope everyone's doing well, staying cool. Yeah, come on fall. I know. Look, we don't get fall temperatures till like October. And next I have Casey's birthday, and I think I know what I want to get him. Kind of had to switch up my gift idea, but I think I know what I want to get him, and I'll have to go back to Dollarama. I didn't really find anything fun for his goodie bag, so I'll have to get Adorables at which I was going to do before. Adorables at Walmart. Yeah, because I didn't grab him the Star Wars ones because that's more Henry's thing, you know, not his thing. Marvel's more Casey's thing, so it's kind of pointless to give Casey something Star Wars, you know. So yeah, so that's next. Casey's birthday and back to school already. Can't come soon enough. Back to school. Let's go. I know it's gonna kick us in the butt, right? Because we're so used to staying up late and like kind of sleeping in. So, but it will be nice to get back on schedule. So yeah, but I have to do the shopping, which I don't really like doing back to school shopping. I don't. So, but we'll think about that later. I have to get the, you know, life, the, you know, the celebration of life. You know, we gotta, yeah, do that. Yeah. And then I'll think of everything else later. Yeah. Anyways, alright. Talk to you for now. Bye.